Hello, I'm Remington Steckler, and I will be talking about my Part 4 campaign. So, my health issue is about heart disease, and my targeted population will be about how it is people are misinformed and people are not well enough informed about heart disease. So, a little bit about heart disease is where a diseased artery, vein, or capillaries are diseased because of high blood pressure, hypertension, high cholesterol, smoking, bad diet. All these things do take part into diseasing your arteries and your veins and also your heart. So, a couple of shocking facts that many people don't know about heart disease is that it is the number one killer in the United States, and all around, it is the number one killer in the world also. Secondly, it is actually very easy to get rid of or prevent. Heart disease is one of the most preventable diseases out there, and a lot of people do not know that. And so, my health message will include one, make sure we inform the public correctly of the information. There's a lot of people who are misinformed, and we need to make sure that we are correcting them and making sure that they take the necessary steps to go in the right direction. And my second health message will be informing the people who are not informed. The reason why is because it is bad enough if you have the wrong information. If you don't even have any information at all, you're not even taking any steps forward, you're just stagnant, you're not doing anything. So, there are a couple ways to prevent heart disease. Number one is the easiest, in my opinion, is to not smoke anything. No cigarettes, no marijuana, no e-cigarettes, no vapes, and no Juuls. All of these have been proven to weaken our cardiovascular health, weaken our veins, destroy our lung tissue. It is all in all not a good habit to pick up. It also causes a disease and makes the disease worse. You cannot really progress to be more healthy. Once you start smoking, you can only be stopped. Step two is to eat more healthy, and many people do struggle with this because in America we have a lot of fast food joints. Basically, what the CDC recommends and what the WHO and the Heart Health of America recommend is that you eat a well-rounded diet and eat all vegetables, high fiber, fruit, carbs, proteins, and make sure you are getting in fats. There is a stigma about fats. We do need them. That's why we eat nuts, olive oil, avocados, all are very good, healthy fats in moderation. With that and all in mind, even doing 2 out of 3 of these steps are very, very good. The third step is to make sure that we are exercising as much as we can. Now, there is a way to help the public not look at the word exercise as a negative. We are going to say movement. Movement will encourage people to just move in general. They will not be wanting to stay stagnant. They don't think of exercise as in going to the gym and lifting weights. Movement can be just going around the house and doing things, walking. It can even be biking. Anything that is movement for 30 minutes constant a day is very beneficial. And even if you don't get 30 minutes every single day, as long as you do end up with 150 minutes a week, is very beneficial, and it can help underlying health issues such as obesity, heart disease, and it can also just help your joint pain as you get older. There are a couple impacts that heart disease have affected in multiple people. One, the long-term effect is death is obviously one of the bigger factors in heart disease. Blood clots do form, and with blood clots it come chest pain, chest tightness, chest pressure, discomfort, short of breath, getting winded doing simple things, and it just leads to a very bad outcome in the end. Long-term effects involve stroke, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and obesity. And all these things that I just listed all end up with more and more side effects that lead to different health problems, such as obesity can lead to diabetes, and diabetes can lead to depression when people can't take care of themselves. They start losing their toes and fingers, and that all in all is not a good way to think about this. All right, so one of the impacts of interpersonal relationships is if someone is feeling down about themselves, they don't appear to be very healthy, but they're doing everything they can. We do need to make sure that we have a communication that says, even if you don't see results, you're still doing something, which is beneficial. Also, that when just because you don't look healthy doesn't mean you aren't healthy. You do need to make sure you talk to your doctor and have a wide range of facts before you start making opinions about yourself with heart disease. Another big impact is cultural. Many people lived certain lifestyles due to religion or culture or just the way they want to live their life. That's all okay. So, many heart websites say that they want you to eat lean meats, specifically lean red meats, or at least get a good amount of protein in every single day. Many religions don't eat red meats, and this can lead to protein deficiencies. They're not getting enough iron in. And also, vegans, vegetarians, pescatarians don't also eat red meat, so we have to make sure we think about them in the end and help them reach their goal of preventing heart disease. All right, so the social aspect of heart disease can, when people are out of shape and don't feel as well as they should be because they do have heart disease, they can feel depressed. And this can lead into other mental illnesses. And we all know mental illness can lead to many other physical diseases. And this is a big impact that heart disease does have on many people. And when it does come down to it, if you do have too much heart disease or you do need a specialist, many people don't want to go to a specialist. They feel that they're shamed, that they didn't do enough, that they need to go out and make sure that they just don't get help because it's pointless for them. That's not true. Everyone can be helped. So, a very good thing that heart disease has impacted is technology. We have been able to accommodate or change our way of surgery to help people who do have heart disease make it easier for them to get surgery, such as we can do microscopic surgeries, we can do small incision surgeries, in and out the same day surgeries. All of these things are very beneficial. We've also made up surgeries for people who do have heart disease, such as angioplasty, which remove plaque out of the walls of veins. We are able to do CABGs, which remove the vessel and reroute the blood to where it needs to go. And also, we've decided to have a very, very good health transplant system where if people do have too much of a heart disease or their heart is becoming more and more diseased and not able to function, we have been able to give heart transplants, and that is even evolving into more technologies where we have engineers who are trying to make artificial veins and arteries for people so we don't have to wait to have a transplant or you don't have to take one from your leg and move it up to your heart. Another good beneficial is that we are trying to use stem cells to create hearts and also veins to make it easier for people to reach what they need to do to stay healthy. And one of the big things is that overlooked is that medicine slash pills don't really get viewed as technology. Well, I thought it was worth mentioning because this is a big impact. We have many patients and many people who are on pills that have lower cholesterol, they lower high blood pressure, they help the side effects of heart disease so that way people can ignore or not ignore, they could help suppress the chest pains while they go ahead and go for the 30-minute walk a day. So that way they don't need that pill. So, into my theories, I've decided that one of the theories why many people don't know about heart disease is that they don't get the information. So, the Cleveland Clinic decided to do a survey, and the results are shocking. We have 50% of people who are open about, they say, I don't get enough exercise and I definitely have heart disease. We have so many people that think that taking an aspirin a day will help prevent heart disease. Again, definitely not true, as stated before. We have many people who say that smoking doesn't affect heart disease. Very, very, very much not true. It affects your heart, your lungs, your veins, everything. So, when it does come to wanting to make sure that we do get and reach to people the better way that we can. I decided to use a source that many people are very fond of and have probably heard of is the CDC website, the Center of Control and Diseases. This can help people just go ahead and Google at home and they can do whatever they want. They can find all the information and that way it's accessible and they know that we did it and it's true. They can just find it themselves. So going into what I thought was a really good way to communicate to the public is I thought doing a radio station, doing like a commercial or something to interrupt people on their daily day drives is a very good way to get out the information of preventing heart disease. We don't want to scare anyone into thinking that heart disease is the end all be all, you're all going to die. We don't want that. We want it to encourage health, not diminish health. And then another thing is those electrical bulletin boards along the highway. We were going to go ahead and use one of those and just have 30 minutes a day is a great way to promote heart health. Eating 2 cups of vegetables is a great way to promote heart health. These little things can encourage people to just do the bare minimum, and the bare minimum becomes easier and easier and easier, and they will add more and more, which can lead to so much better heart health. They can lead to downsizing the rate of heart disease because it does affect 30 million people a year.